When coach sees athletes on the field, they always look to see how they will fit into their program. And this one particular young man that we're going to talk about here shortly fits into a program like a glove because he's humble, he's quiet. He just gets out there and go about things in a manner in which he's not worried about anything else but doing the job that's required of him to do. You know, making the main thing the main thing. But we're going to go ahead and talk about this young man right after this. You know, it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in the free to tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and tap on in this thing and get straight to it. If you thought recruiting season was over with, you're sadly mistaken. Football has become a sport that goes year round. It doesn't stop. Yeah, I know we get to watch, teams play from the end of August to say January, whatever have you. But after that, it's still going on because there's a lot of conversations looking at what took place the previous season, as well as what we can look forward to the upcoming season. And looking at all of these athletes that are getting their names out there for these coaches to take a look at them and possibly want to offer them to become a part of their program is a phenomenon. It's a beautiful thing that happens all the time. And a lot of these young men, they're very excited as far as receiving that opportunity to play in a program that, they would love to be a part of. And I'm going to tell you, we already know Coach Prime is always looking 3 or 4 steps ahead, especially with the athletes that are coming and going within the program. You got some that's going to be leaving out once the season is over with because they don't have any eligibility left. And at that point in time, you're going to be recruiting new players to come into that program to fulfill the needs that's going to be required for the team. Well, I'm going to tell you what, this young man that Coach Prime has decided to give an offer to, he's going to fit the bill because his ceiling of expectation is so high, it's crazy. This young man can really get after it. But the crazy part about it is he still got, 3 years? He has 3 years of eligibility left in high school. So it's going to be a minute before he gets to Jackson State. But let me tell you something. This young man went to a camp and showed his behind having people take great interest in what he's able to do. They call him the Teen Hulk. Some folks say that he reminds them of Aaron Donald. Me personally, he kind of reminds me of Vince Wilfork, who played for the New England Patriots, the Washington Commanders, and the Tennessee Titans, especially with his build and stature and how he gets off the ball. I mean, this young man put some pressure on the offensive lineman that's just unheard of. I mean, if you think you're going to get up out your stands, you hear me say this all the time, getting out your stand slow will get what? Get your lunch took. And guess what? He's taking people's lunches left and right. It was so crazy that this young man was at a camp doing work on folks. When I say doing work on folks, I'm talking about young men out there that's 18 years old. He's 14, maybe 15 now. This young man is 4 years younger than the guys that he's lined up in front of. And these folks got 5 stars in front of them. So you know what? I said, wait a minute. I really got to look at this again because I'm just like, is this for real? Let me rewind this tape again. And when I tell you, you hear me talk about it all the time, how you get that hand up in there, you shoot that hand up in there to make sure you're able to guide that shoulder wherever you want them to go, because hitting that shoulder throws them off balance because they don't know what's going on. So you want to be able to twist and turn them however you want to so you can locate the ball, especially if the running back is trying to get a draw or they just got, a delay, or better yet, it's just a straight dive coming up the field in that hole that you're supposed to be protecting. Guess who's standing there? If he goes to the outside, that daggone running back cutting back inside thinking he got a lane to take off and run. And you know who's standing right there getting to him. You know already. Yes, sir. That bad man is putting it on him right then and there. This young man's play is so serious. Going into his sophomore year of high school, he already has some top tier teams looking at him right now. This young man has a former Miami Hurricane, Baltimore Raven defensive player, Calais Campbell, looking at him, critiquing how he's out there on the field getting after it. I mean, what more could you ask for? This young man got schools already offered him. Yeah, guys, It is crazy. Who am I talking about? The young man I'm talking about is none other than Mr. Tyler Parker, 300-pound nose guard, defensive tackle, sophomore at Santa Margarita Catholic High School, Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Now, this young man can get after it. Matter of fact, let me tell you this right now before I go any further. He's a two-sport athlete. This young man wrestles as well as playing football. So you can already see the techniques of how he understands to stay low. All my high schoolers out there, if you're listening, make sure you out there taking up wrestling in the off season so you can continue to keep working on your craft. That's part of your craft, is staying low, being able to take somebody down to the ground. And in wrestling, you're taking them down to the ground and you're getting points based on how you pin them to the mat. So definitely get out there, get yourself involved in wrestling so you can really get an understanding of what it is that you need to do to become the best man out there on the field. You know, they always say the lowest man wins. And trust me, if you're low and your technique is on point and your form is just right, man, they can't stop you out there on their field, especially if you got that speed, that footwork to go along with it. But I'm going to tell you this young man here has definitely taken the world by storm, because when he's out there on that field getting after those quarterbacks and running backs, they don't want to see none of that. They don't want to see him coming their way. They trying to duck, dodge, and get out the way and like, hold on, whoa, hold on, big fella. We don't need you coming back here disrupting all this stuff. And 9 times out of 10, them backs think they getting away from him. They're not. He chasing them down from behind, making tackles, making it do whatever it is they need to do. This young man has received some offers from some prominent name schools like the University of California, the University of Miami, Incarnate Word, Arizona, Virginia University of Lynchburg, and now you can add Jackson State University to that list. The Gap Stuffer is a two-sport athlete, as I stated before, that wrestles and plays football. He would definitely be an enforcer out there on the field, continuing to grow his game into that 6-foot frame that he currently has. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I truly believe this young man is going to grow well beyond 6 feet. I'm thinking more so 6'3" or a little bit taller. But this crazy stat right here that really got me, this young man with 295, 300 pounds, he runs a 4.940. Just think, if this young man is 6'3", 6'4", coming up the field, getting after that 40-yard dash, and say a 4'6", 4'7", hey, just write the check and give it to him. This young man upside is so phenomenal, it's crazy. Right now, he's doing a campaign. He's actually going to be on Access Hollywood if it did not air already. This young man is a phenomenon. He has a lot of folks out here paying attention to what he's able to do. I mean, this young man he's a phenomenon. I mean, this young man is going to be something to watch as the years grow on. And I'm going to tell you this, I can't wait to see what 247 Sports, On 3, Rivals, all of them, I'm waiting to see what they got this young man ranked as after his sophomore season. Because if he ain't a 5-star, we got a problem. Because when you got this young man going into camps, destroying 5-star athletes in the manner in which he was doing this past spring, man, y'all better get it together. This young man is really putting in some work. I believe this young man is going to have everybody watching to see just how far he goes. I'm already a fan because, like I said, I love what the big fella is doing. I love his tenacity. I love his humbleness because he's not one of them rah-rah type people. I was looking at his social media, and his social media is clean, and it's not a whole bunch of extra stuff going on up there. It's almost like he's going to work. This is a business trip. We're going to do business, and we're coming on home, and we're going to get back to work. That's all this young man does is stay in the weight room, keep working on his craft, keep getting trained up, and doing the things that he need to do to be out there on that football field and make everybody pay attention to what's going on. I got to say congratulations to this young man on receiving an offer from Jackson State University. And I'm just hoping he chooses the HBCU when it comes time for him to say, hey, I want to take my talents to here. I'm hoping he picks an HBCU to continue his collegiate football career, as well as wrestling as well, because guess what? Both of those sports together is going to take that young man a long way. Congratulations, Tyler Parker, on all of your accomplishments and those that you have yet to accomplish. Looking forward to seeing you do some phenomenal things out there on the field, as well as hearing more about you wrestling as well. But until next time, be the one and lead.